Okay, hello, welcome to another The Dreaming TV live. So basically, yeah, I'm quickly gonna go and get a drink, and then wait, actually, should I leave it? I don't know anymore. So it's Saturday, and the weekend actually goes really fast for me. Like every single weekend goes fast for me, and that's a good thing because I'm having my friend over on Monday. And it's gonna be fun. I need to go and get the keys to their house tomorrow because they said they'll give me the keys so me and Paige could go over and hang out with the dogs. Now, there has been an incident with Walter today, but I still love him as much as I do with Archie. They're dogs, by the way, before you go, oh, he has a crush. Basically, yeah, but I still love him. He's just weird. He's a weird dog. He does weird things. He's weird. He's a weird dog. Archie's old. He's young. Walter wants to play all day. Archie wants to sleep all day. Walter wants to stuff his face and go on loads of walks. Archie wants to sleep in his dog bed and do nothing. And they did get in a miniature fight. And I'm not talking about a play fight. I'm talking about a full-on fight in the middle of the street when I had to break them up. But basically, they are. I think it's because basically, I'm not going to go into the story. He's got in a fight. Walter saw some dogs. Walter got a bit angry, scared, and annoyed. And then Archie kind of snuck up behind him because he was on an extendable lead, so he could go as far as he wants. So he kind of snuck up behind Walter, wanting to play. And then Walter, like, kind of got shocked. Like, he was like, and then he thought Archie was a hi, Nathaniel. He thought, oh, let me change the settings for a second so I can see all live chat. Yeah, all messages are visible. And he kind of, when he looked at Archie, he kind of thought, oh my god, it's a dog, it's going to attack me. So he attacked Archie, and Archie kind of, and he bit Archie under his leg, his stomach, and his head. He wasn't hurt, he's absolutely fine. He was kind of limping a bit. He kind of did like a little limp, but I did check him, he wasn't hurt at all, just so they're both okay. It was only like a 5-second fight until I broke them up and I told Walter off. And I didn't tell Archie off because kind of wasn't Archie's fault, he just kind of snuck up behind him, not realising Walter was in one of those moods when he sees a dog. And he's in a lot of trouble. When I got back to the owners, I told them what happened, and whoo, they're like, go to your beds, and they sent them, they basically ground them, they basically ground them, they tell them, no, to the dog beds now, and they kind of ground them in their room, because they got like a little laundry room to themselves, and they got new dog beds. Those look so cute, so cute. And basically, yeah, so they were both kind of in trouble when I took them back to the owners. But I did text Tracy, that's one of the owners. A lot of people, yeah, I can't. Well, okay, it's like kind of like a grounding. They just put them in their beds and say, get in your bed, and then they probably send them to bed, so they just sleep. Or they probably, now I know this isn't the best way to train a dog, and there is a better way to train your dog, but they do use physical way to train their dogs. And like, I don't really agree with physical training. Like, if they do something bad, but I don't agree. But at the same time, it's not my dogs. They can do what they want. It's not my dogs. But anyways, they and it's not like all the time. They only do it rarely if they've done something really bad. Like, let's say you got in trouble with your mom. Let's say you got in trouble with your mom because like you did something really bad, and she kind of gives you a slap on the hand or a slap on the butt or something, just slaps you, right? They basically do that, but on the top of the head or the nose, or sometimes it's yes, sometimes they do it hard but it's not my dog, so I can't tell them what to do, what's wrong and what's right. But I kind of don't agree with the way they train them, but you know, I train dogs with kindness. I train them with treats and kindness because I walk and train dogs. But anyway, she texted me saying, I asked her if I'm having a friend round on Monday and if anyone's in so I can go and see them with her, and they said, oh, no one's in, someone will be back at about 2 and she can go over, or I can give you the key. So I said, could you give me the key please, thank you. And she said, oh yeah, okay. So I might have to go over and get the key tomorrow. So but if I end up not getting the key, I might have to go with her at 2. So if I can't get the key tomorrow, the key tomorrow, I'll just take her around. So yeah, don't mind trash. I eat, okay. But basically, yeah. All my mouth is like cut up because I wear these braces and they hurt. My teeth hurt. My side of my gum hurts. Ow. I think I've kind of bit it, so it's like bit the cut. So yeah, I'm like weird. Do you ever have like a dream, or a same dream over? I know this like has nothing to do with what I was just talking about, but I'm going on a trip. No, I'm going on a trip. In a school trip. I'm going on holiday in 2 weeks, and no, 2 or 3. I think it's 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. I'm going on holiday, and lately when I go to bed, I've been having these dreams of my plane crashing over again. Every single, like, it's not every night, but most of the nights I go to bed, I keep having that same dream of the plane crashing, but I survive. And every single dream, I survive. So yeah, I've seen your Jesus Christ, Nathaniel, you get loads of stuff. I've seen your Snapchat. Every single photo you have on there is what you've got this holiday. You got like a whole profile thing of things you've got. I also saw that dog photo you uploaded onto Instagram. That's so cute. I stooped into you, but basically I survive every single dream, and honestly I'm not really scared. I have nightmares, but I don't get scared as much as I used to with nightmares, because funny story, this is hilarious. I used to have a dream that terrified me so much I would cry when I woke up. And do you know what that dream was? That dream was of a birthday cake on a table, slowly moving into, like a camera slowly zooming into the cake while playing really, really slow birthday music. It was like but like really slow, zooming into the birthday cake. That used to terrify me, and I used to have that dream every single night. So, oh my god, there's a bug outside. You're not coming in. Get away. Sorry guys, there's like a bug outside, and I'm not letting that bug come into my room because I have to deal with 3 daddy long legs, well, 2 babies, 1 giant daddy long legs for the last 3 nights. Every single time I try to go to bed, there's these goddamn mother effers all over the wall calling to me. The amount of times I got jump scared by these things is ridiculous. But yeah, and I used to get scared from like a birthday cake. But basically, ignore, it's just my mistake of a brother. But basically, like, I don't get scared as much in dreams because basically, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I would be chased by a giant monster, and I'll just be like, how long until I wake up? Like, I'm not scared at all. Or those dreams when you have a car crash, or when you dive into a river and drown. I'm literally just there. I don't care. I'm like, so I'm gonna die in a car. I'm not scared. The amount of times I've literally had a dream of basically me in the car with my mom, and we were like, basically we were in a car, all of us, and then we went to a bridge and we rode. I don't know which one to use. Basically, we just smashed through the bridge, went off the edge, and they fell to their doom, and I just stood on, and then I grabbed onto a stick, and I was like, So that just happened. I think it's because I mostly know when I'm dreaming. I think when I go into my dream, I'm like, oh, I'm dreaming, or oh, okay. Some dreams are really realistic because I have some dreams like of me just going shopping, or me going on holiday, or just normal dreams, like normal day things, like going out somewhere, and they are pretty realistic. So sometimes I do forget I'm dreaming. But the ones when I become a superhero, yeah, I had a dream last night of me fighting with the Avengers. So cool. It's so weird, but so cool. Basically, the world got invaded by these alien lizard things, and I was like half girl, half dog, and I was like full on jumping wall to wall like Spider-Man with Iron Man, the Hulk, and all that. And these other heroes that I've never heard of. And basically, we're just fighting these lizards, and it was amazing. I felt so good beating the hell out of those lizards. But like, yeah. I'm so weird. But basically, yeah. Hold on, let me turn the light on because it's actually quite dark in here. What the F is in your mind? I don't know. I don't know what's in my mind anymore. It's just rogue. I honestly, I don't know anymore. But yeah, basically, I had these today. They're like gummy hot dogs. They were like what? They were £1, and it had like 11 gummy hot dogs. And let me just say, they were delicious, and I do not regret it. Nah, I love crazy dreams. Like, I like dreams. Oh, I also had one last night. I have like, does anyone else have this when they would have a dream, wake up in the middle of the night, go back to have a new dream? I have about up to three or four dreams in one night. I would have one, wake up, go back to sleep, have another dream. I have about 4 dreams in one. Yeah, scary dreams are so cool because it's so interesting, and sometimes I think I don't like the ghost dreams. I don't know. I think the one dream that kinda, but I don't wake up. It's so weird, isn't it? But I kinda don't like ghost dreams because I don't know. They're quite scary, but it's kind of hard to scare me now. But basically, yeah. And having a haunted dream, no, a haunted house, having a haunted house as well is kind of scary because you don't know if maybe that's the ghost that is in your house and it's in your dreams. So that ghost that you could be dreaming of could be the ghost that's living in your house. So that freaks me out. I want to tell you guys some creepy things that happened to me at night, but we'll get into that in a second. But like basically, I would have 4 dreams in one night. I would have a dream, wake up, go back to sleep, have another dream. And after Avengers dream, I had a puppy dream. And the puppy dream was before the Avengers dream. So before the Avengers dream I had this puppy dream, and I was driving my mum's car for some reason, and I saw a chihuahua and some puppies, these really cute puppies. So I decided to stop in the center of the road, like not even realizing there's other cars behind me, and somehow none of them crashed into me yet. So I went out, and there's this group of people like, oh, help us catch these dogs. So I decided to steal 2 of them and take them home for myself. So I picked up the mom chihuahua and took up one of the puppies, got in my car, and I was like, no wait, before we got in the car, there was like this weird part because I thought to myself, why am I parked in the middle of the road holding 2 dogs? Why am I parked in the middle of the road holding 2 dogs? Why hasn't a car crashed into me yet? And then as I said that, a bus crashed into the car and kind of pushed the car back a bit. So then the back window was smashed out, and then I was like, my mum won't notice. So I got in the car and started driving it somehow, even though it was it's dreams are weird. I don't know how the car was still being able to drive after being hit by a bus. So we drive home, and I put the dogs in the living room, and I left to get like my sister. And when I came back, they'd gone. The dogs have escaped. So I was like, where'd the dogs go? And then my sister came in and I was like, oh, you're never going to believe what just happened. I just found 2 dogs and I took them home and now they're gone. And then I stood up to look outside the window, didn't see anything, and then I woke up. So that was a interesting dream. I think the best dog dream I've ever had was me picking up this little white fluffy doggy with with another one of my friends, Ava. Yes, Paige, Ava was in this dream, and we picked her up and then we kind of took her home and we put her in my little apartment and she was so cute. I just played with the dog the whole dream and then I woke up and I was like, I was about to take her on a walk and I woke up. And then I've had dreams of me climbing into spider cages. That didn't scare me, just really, I'm surprised that one. Yeah, I talked to her on Instagram. We have small conversations like, oh hi, how you doing? Oh fine. Oh okay, bye. So it's only small conversations. But like, yeah, I haven't seen her for ages. I've seen her Instagram, she's gone on holiday. And I'm pretty sure that someone in her family got married, I'm pretty sure. It was on her Instagram story. But oh my god. I think I'm getting a blister over a cut. Or ulcer, whatever they call them. But yeah, like and then I have like these dreams of me going shopping. Like normal dreams of me going shopping and buying stuff that I want. And then the weird thing is, every single dream I have something me buying something, I wake up before I open it. So I buy it, I'll be like, oh, go to open it, and then I'll wake up and I'll be like, but I wanted to see what I got. I wanted to play with it. I wanted to open it and check it out. Some of those things were really good. I got an iPhone. I got a really realistic doll. I want to see what the hell it looks like outside the package. But yeah, but basically, yeah. Now I'm going to go on to some of the creepy things that are happening at me at night. Because there are a lot of things that happened. So it's kind of creepy. This is why you shouldn't sleep with your limbs out, like your leg or your arm out. Because I've done that a couple of times. And I was in my bed. I bet you now I'll start talking about ghosts and my live will glitch out. My internet will be disconnected or it will just pause or get really glitchy. So if it starts getting glitchy, tell me, because that happens every single time I mention about ghosts in this house. So basically at night, basically when I go to bed, I've heard like breathing down my ear, so it'd be like down my ear and like, so I like lift my head up the blanket, I'm like, nope. And then there's other times when I've like put my arm out or like my leg. I put my leg out once and I felt like, imagine this is my leg for some reason. Imagine this is my leg and someone just do this. And like grab my leg and kind of wipe their hand up my leg. I'm like, that, like I was dozing off as well, so I was like, nope. I get so freaked out. And then other times I've woke up with so many cuts on my legs and arms. I think don't mind that. What's that? Okay, basically I've woke up with some cuts on my stomach. I don't think you can see them, but I've basically woke up with 3 scratch marks across my stomach, and they're here somewhere, and it's basically 3 scratch marks there all the way down there. So it's like within 3 hours and so, or half a day, that giant cut you had on you will just disappear like it was never there. So, and I've woke up with loads of cuts on my legs and all that. Basically, yeah, they're mostly healed now because it's stopped. But I used to have loads of cuts, and I mean loads, all over my legs. And I know it's because of this house, because my mum would say, oh, it's because you scratch yourself or that. And I did believe that. I was like, oh, maybe I do scratch myself at night. But then this is before we went on holiday. And then when I'm here sleeping in this room, I would wake up with scratch, bite, like kind of little bite marks all over my legs and arms. But then when I go on holiday, I would wake up with no scratches and no bites, nothing, not even the littlest cut. There'd be my legs would be clean, my arms would be clean. There'd be no cuts or anything on my arms or leg. But then the second I come home from holiday and start sleeping in here again, I would get scratches and cuts on my arm. So that's a bit weird, because if I was scratching myself, why wouldn't I have done it on holiday? If I didn't get any, because if I was scratching myself, I would be scratching scratching my leg on holiday, but I don't. So that kind of proves that point of something scratching me at night. And basically, yeah. Hold on, let me come over here. I don't like facing my cupboard. I'm just checking for spiders because I don't want any surprises. But basically, yeah, and basically, I have heard like whispering before, like like that. You can't really tell what they're saying, but you can hear like them having a conversation at night. And I know it's not my sister because it's happened when my sister's not here as well. So I would come up here, start to doze off. Maybe sometimes I don't have my, sometimes when I don't have my music, because you don't really hear with my music on, but when I don't have my music on, all you hear is like two people having a conversation, whispering. So I would look up and be like, nope. And then I would go back down and I'm like, ooh, creepy. But when Paige, when you come over, I can't promise you are gonna see anything. So it might happen because so I'm just pushing this, because things do happen sometimes when I've had friends come over, because they get really pissed when I have people come around. If someone came over to my house, they'd be like, oh hell no. Especially if it's people, if it's like my stepdad's family, they're not that bothered. But then if it's someone that doesn't normally come, like someone that doesn't normally come daily, they'll be like, who's this? What are they doing in my house? Get out. My hair's a mess. But basically, they get really mad and they'll start moving things. They'll move your stuff. You'll be banging. There'll be doors opening. So yeah. Now, if you slept over to my house, Paige, I would probably say yes, something might happen, because if you slept over, things mostly happen at night. Things mostly happen when it hits like 8, 9, or 6, normally, or 7ish. That's when things start to get really, more of a chance of something happening. Because especially because how the Wanderer wanders at night. A Wanderer is basically a ghost that wanders the house. The Wanderer is no harm to you. I have a poltergeist, and that's actually pretty bad because they're pretty dangerous. And I have like this kid ghost. I swear I have like this kid ghost. Long story short, there was giggling when this is my sister experienced it, none of us. And my sister is a skeptic. She doesn't really believe in this stuff, even though when you look at her watch history on YouTube, most of it's ghost hunting episodes. So I think she secretly does believe in it. She just doesn't want to admit it. But basically, she said, Lucy, do you have any toys that giggle? And I said no. She says, when you're out, because I was at the dog's house sleeping over, and saying that something creepy did happen to me. I'll talk about that later. But she said when I was out that night, there was giggling coming from that cupboard right there that I sleep next to. Giggling was coming from the cupboard, like like I can't do kids giggling. I don't giggle. I don't laugh normally. I don't smile normally. But basically, there was giggling coming from the cupboard, and it would giggle, then stop after a couple of minutes, giggle. And I thought my sister was trying to prank me and make me scared, so I was like, oh, creepy. So then when I was sitting on my bed, I kind of had my head like leaned over a little bit closer to the cupboard while I was watching YouTube. And all of a sudden, for 2 seconds, was it 1.5? But about a couple seconds, all I heard was full on a child, a girl, laughing through my cupboard. So I was like, nope. So I stood up and I walked out and went, Chloe. She went, yeah. So I heard it. And she was like, you do.
And then it hasn't happened since. There's no, and we even went through the cupboard to see if we could find anything, that that made that giggling sound, but we found none of my things, none of my teddies or anything like that. None of them make giggling sounds. None of them. So that's kind of confusing because none of my things make giggling sound. What was giggling? You get what I mean, groupie? But yeah. But something might happen when you come over, Paige. But it depends if we're in the house long enough. And if we got the house to ourselves, Tracy's house, I'm pretty sure Archie's house is haunted. I'll tell you why I think that house is haunted as well in a second, because that's connected at the same night my sister experienced the giggling. And I think those two things, that what happened to my sister with the giggling and what happened to me, I feel like that has a connection because it kind of happened at the same time. So basically, basically, yeah. Um, I think the Archie's owner's house is haunted because I stayed there once for a couple of nights when my family went on holiday. Basically, when I went over there, I did stay in a room, and to honestly, honestly, when I did stay in a room, I did kind of get a bad feeling, but I thought that's just because of my anxiety. After a couple, about I think 2 nights of staying in that room. The third night, there was like these bugs in there, so I was like, no, no, I don't sleep with bugs. I don't mess with bugs. I do nothing to do with bugs. So I was like, oh, I don't want to sleep in here. So I was like, okay, you can sleep downstairs in the living room. Now the living room is big. It's like a big room, and it has a TV, and it has glass windows outside and then glass doors. And when it was about 11 or 12 at night, and I did make a video after it happened, a minute after this happened, I made a video of the dog freaking out and coming to like protect me. So go and check that out. It's called Help Me, I'm in a Haunted House. It's freaky, but I really wish I got what happened on camera. But basically, it was about 12, 11ish, I think, 1ish, just in between those three, and I was dozing off. And the second I was dozing off, the TV, you know how I think it's in Insidious, something like that, when the TV turns on and it kind of does that little glitching sound with all the little static, yeah, static on the TV. It turned its, and I know it wasn't me that accidentally sat on the controls because the controls was there's this little fireplace and a little shelf on top, and they were all laid out on the shelf, so I could see the controls, and basically, and the only way to turn it on without the controls is to walk up to it and press the little button. But as you can see, I was on the sofa, and I was on the sofa the farthest away from the TV. So this turned on for about 2 or 3 seconds of static going tss, and then turned itself off. And I was like, no, no, oh no, no. I ain't doing that. So I was actually full on freaking out. Like, no, I'm not going to sleep. I ended up not sleeping that night because I was too scared to go to sleep. And then after that, this is no this I filmed after the TV went static and the dog burst through the door. Now this glass door is pretty hard to open. It's pretty old, so you have to hold down the handle, then open it. And Walter, one of the beagles, the troublemaker, surprisingly he came to save me because I was expecting Archie, because me and Archie have a better bond. We see each other more. But Archie, being a little crap, decides to stay in his bed and not come and save me, and not save me from the paranormal ghost about to tear me out of my bed. But instead, Walter came out and he kind of started jumping on the door, like trying to bash it open. So I was like, "Oh, no, shh, you're gonna wake up everyone." And he bashed through the door, but not he wasn't really loud, it was just like like a little kink when the door opened. He just somehow burst himself at the door like at the door, opened it, came in, and started whimpering. Like, you know how a dog gets nervous or scared? These guys like, he started doing that and started like, getting up to me and like trying to, huddle up next to me. So I was like, he can sense something. Because you know how that theory that I believe in this theory, but you know how animals can apparently see ghosts? They can see ghosts and they can sense ghosts. Apparently, I honestly think that's what Walter did. I think Archie was like way passed out at this time. I think he was like like fallen passed out on his dog bed. But Walter could. I honestly thought that Walter could sense something because he came right after the static, and that's weird because right after something happened, he came, and that after he burst through the door, basically that's when I made the video. So remember to go check that out because that is pretty creepy. And I was like freaking out like at the video. I was talking really loud. I was freaking out. I couldn't say things right. And he was basically walking in circles and basically looking around the room. He looked like, honestly, he looked like he was trying to look for something. You know how like dogs sniff and they like try and look, searching dogs. He was literally like that, looking for something. I was like, no. And then he kind of just stares at me. Now I'm thinking about it. What if he wasn't staring at me? What if he's staring right behind me? Oh no, no, nope. Because he did kind of stop and stare at me for a second, like this, and then whimper and walk around. He would actually just, when he was looking for the room, he would just pause, turn, and just look at me like this, and then look back. He literally looked like he was. He looked like he was about to run up to me and attack me. He looked like he could see something, and I honestly, I believe dogs can sense ghosts. Yeah, I believe that as well. And basically, yeah. Oh, it terrified me. And I didn't get any sleep that night. And then gladly that was the last night I was staying there. So I was glad to get out the next day because I'm pretty sure the ghost was telling me to get the hell out of his house. I'm pretty sure the ghost was like, "Get out of my house, bye." So like that was my last day there. So creepy. I am going to end the live now, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye, guys.